Hello everyone. In the second part, vector algebra, today we'll have to discuss about triangle law of vector addition and many more properties. So let us start with the triangle law of vector addition. Okay. What is it? Suppose there's a vector A, B, initial point A, terminal point B. Second vector is B, C, and third vector is AC. Okay. Vector AB, BC, and AC. So I'll write here AB, vector AB plus BC, AB plus BC is equal to vector AC. AB plus BC is equal to AC. Okay. This is called triangle law of vector addition. What is it? Triangle law of vector addition. Okay. This is called triangle law of vector addition. Here one more thing I would like to discuss. AC is here when we change the direction. So when I write here AC in the form of CA, then what is the change? Everything is okay, or the magnitude is same, only the direction is changed. So we can use this sign minus. Okay. So here what should be done? If vector AB plus BC is equal to, if I write here in place of AC, there's a CA. So write here minus CA. Shifting here, AB plus BC plus CA is equal to 0 vector. What does it mean? AB plus BC plus CA is equal to 0 vector. You can see that the displacement is 0. We'll start, the initial point is here, and finally the terminal point is also coming here. So AB plus BC plus CA is equal to vector 0. Okay, the displacement is 0. Got it? So that is triangle law of vector addition. Next one is this vector addition by the parallelogram rule. Vector addition by parallelogram rule. Like that. Suppose there's a parallelogram O, A, B and C. Vector OA, AB and it is AC. Well, consider, suppose the vector OA is equal to vector A, small a, AB is equal to vector small b. Okay, this is OC and CB. Got it? So this is vector B, it is vector A. Because it is a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel. So here when I write here vector OB is equal to OA plus AB, and that means vector OB is equal to OA, that means it is vector A plus vector B. If I write here in triangle OCB, I want to write here OB. OB is equal to OC plus CB. So that means OB is equal to OC, that is vector B, plus CB, it is vector A. So it is vector OB is equal to A plus B, vector OB is equal to B plus A. And what does it mean? A plus B is equal to B plus A. Actually, this is the commutative law also. So it holds the commutative law, right? And you can understand it in that way. For example, suppose two velocities are perpendicular to each other. For example, suppose when I am going in a boat in that direction, and the flow of the river is just perpendicular direction of the boat. Okay. So finally, the direction of the boat will be in the shape of diagonal shape. That could be the direction of the boat. Okay, if they are perpendicular to each other, right? So because A plus C, and that is also A plus C. So this is called the parallelogram law of vector addition. These two things are there. After that, we'll have to discuss about the properties of vector addition. So this already we have done. A plus B is equal to B plus A. Not necessary for that. That means it holds commutative law. Second, we are discussing about associative law. Let us see, associative law holds for the vector, yes or no. Associative law. So for associative law, I am making two diagrams, two quadrilateral, like that. This is associative law. Commutative law is, already I explained you, it is hold associative law. This is a quadrilateral, like that. Suppose A, B, C and D. Second quadrilateral, same as A, B, C and D. Okay. Let us see. Starting from this point A, AB is considered as a vector A, BC is vector B, okay, and CD is vector C. So here what happens, AB and BC, if I will join from A to C in this direction, then what happens, in this what happens, AC, vector AC is equal to vector A plus vector B. So this AC is equal to, it is vector A plus vector B. AC is vector A plus vector B. When I write here AD, so what should I write here? AD is equal to AC plus CD as per the triangle law of vector addition. AD is equal to vector AC plus CD. So what should I write for AD? AC, that is A plus B plus CD, vector C. Is it okay? So vector AD is equal to A plus B in bracket plus C. Now let us see here. AB vector A, okay, and here I am going to join it, not like this, I am joining like this, okay. So BC, it is CD. Same thing is here, arrow is the same way. Here what happened, AB vector A, BC vector B, and CD, that is vector C, okay. In this triangle BCD, in triangle BCD, by triangle law of vector addition, BCD, what happened? BD is equal to BC plus CD. BD is equal to BC plus CD. So may I write BD is equal to BC, vector B plus vector C. Okay. So what is it? It is vector B plus vector C. This is, okay. In triangle ABD, in triangle ABD, again by triangle law of vector addition, so vector AD is equal to AB plus BD. AD is equal to AB, that means it is A plus BD. BD, what does it mean? B plus C. Okay, so you can check it. AD is equal to A plus B plus C, and this is A plus B plus C. Both are same. So what does it mean? The conclusion is A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. And what is it? It is associative law for vector addition. It's okay, clear, right? So one is it holds commutative law, second it holds associative law for addition. Third one is, third thing, let us see that the additive identity, it holds yes or no. So we can use it, vector A plus vector 0 is equal to vector 0 plus vector A is equal to vector A. Okay. A plus vector 0 is equal to vector 0 plus A is equal to vector A. What does it mean? This 0 vector is additive identity. Okay, so it holds the additive identity also. Additive identity. Okay, it holds the additive identity. After that, we are coming on the next one, that is multiplication of a vector by a scalar. Now let us see what happened with that. Multiplication by a vector and scalar. Then let us see which condition comes. We'll understand with the diagram. For example, this is the vector. It is vector A. Okay, this is a vector A. If I'll make just half of it, then it becomes 1 upon 2 vector A. If I change its direction like this and magnitude is same, so it is minus 1 upon 2 vector A. I just make a double of it, it is minus vector A. Okay, so vector A 1 upon 2 vector A minus 1 upon 2 vector A minus vector A. What does it mean? The meaning is when you are going to change the magnitude, vector is going to change only when we are changing the direction. Its direction will be opposite when we are putting the minus sign here. So for example, if I write here lambda vector A, this A is a vector quantity, lambda is a scalar quantity. So simply we can write here lambda and vector A. Okay, so this lambda is any scalar quantity. So simply we can write here lambda into vector A. Is it okay? So that is one thing. That means if you multiply any scalar quantity to the vector quantity, then simply the scalar quantity is to be multiplied. Now we will discuss about a different concept, that is a unit vector. What is it? Unit vector, what does it mean? Its magnitude is 1. If you are going to find the magnitude is 1, then how to find out? A simple way, suppose this is vector A. Okay, and we are going to find the unit vector. Unit vector is denoted by A cap. It is denoted by A cap. This cap, it indicates, that means it is a unit vector. So what happened? This is vector A is equal to, if I write here A cap, unit vector. So what should I do? Whatever the magnitude of this vector, if we will divide by the magnitude, then it becomes a unit vector. So what I will do here, vector A upon magnitude of vector A. This becomes a unit vector. So when we are going to find the unit vector of anything, simply what we have to do, unit vector upon magnitude of that. It's okay. So this is the concept of unit vector. Got it? Okay. So unit vector A cap is equal to magnitude of vector A upon magnitude of A. This is the definition of unit vector. After that, we are coming on the components of vectors. For the components, well, these are the basic things, and if you understand these basic things, after that you will be able to solve the questions of coming exercise. Okay, so be attentive of these basic concepts. Components. So these are the components of vectors. Components of vectors. This is the triad. X, Y, and it is Z. This is origin. When we are going to find the component, then you know what happens. For example, suppose this is a point 1, here is a point 1, and this is a point, it is 1 distance. Okay, A, B, and it is C. OA. it is along the x-axis. It is along x-axis. So this OA, the magnitude is 1 because we have taken its unit as 1. So magnitude is 1. If you want to write here in the form of vector OA, then what to write here? 1. But this is a scalar quantity. If you want to vectorize this term, then what should be done? We have to multiply any vector here, and better to multiply any unit vector so that the value will not change. So we will consider that along the x-axis the unit vector is treated as I. So 1I, and it is unit vector, so I cap. So that means OA is equal to, it is I cap. Along the y-axis we'll take as J. So OB is equal to, vector OB is equal to 1 into, along the y-axis it is J cap, and OC is equal to, along z-axis it is K cap. So these are I cap, J cap and K cap. These are all the unit vectors along the direction of x-axis, y-axis and z-axis respectively. Okay, so we will remember this: I cap, unit vector along the x-axis, J cap, unit vector along the y-axis, and K cap, unit vector along the z-axis. Okay, let us discuss. Suppose there is a point P in the space and we want to write its a position vector. So what should I write here? It is from O to A, then A to B, and then B to C. So from O to A, it is I cap. So actually the points are 1, 1, 1. In 3-dimensional geometry, the points are 1, 1, 1. When we write here the position vector of P, vector OP, then how to write here? Position vector of P minus position vector of O. Okay, so OP, that means this is the distance. When you convert it to the form of vectorized form, you will write here 1I along x-axis plus 1J and plus 1K. Okay, so these are I cap plus J cap plus K cap. These are the position, these are the vector of OP. Okay, because here it is 1, 1, 1. These are the 3 points. But these points, when we are going to convert into the form of vector form, so this one is along the x-axis, so 1I, second one is along the y-axis, 1J, and third one is along the z-axis, it is plus 1K, right? So 1I plus 1J plus 1K, because in the vector we can use the path. Suppose we want to go from O to P, so first of all from O to A, after that A to B, and then B to C. So this plus this plus this. Okay, along the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So I plus J plus K. Okay, so these are the components of the vectors. After that, next concept we are taking. That a distance between 2 points, some properties, addition and subtraction of the vector we'll try to understand. Addition of two vectors, subtraction of two vectors. Okay, like these, if you want to, one thing clearly we know that OP under root OP is equal to x square plus y square plus z square. Already we have discussed. Suppose there are two vectors. Let me tell you about the addition and subtraction. Then we can go for the vector joining 2 points. So let vector A is equal to A1I plus A2J plus A3K. Vector B is equal to B1I plus B2J plus B3K. Okay. When we are going to add them, vector A plus vector B. So addition is the simple way of addition. Okay. This we are going to add I with I. So it is A1 plus B1I, J like terms, A2 plus B2J, and A3 plus B3K. This is the addition of two vectors A plus B. When we are going to subtraction of the two vectors, so this plus becomes minus, 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 and it is minus. Okay, because we have subtracted, so all the signs are changed, and we can write like this. All the signs are changed. What just mean? A minus b is equal to taking I common, a1 minus b1, plus taking j common, a2 minus b2, plus taking k common, a3 minus b3. You can treat like that. Okay, and you know that when any scalar quantities to be added or subtracted or multiplied, so it remains as it is. There's no use of it. Now the vector joining 2 points. Vector joining 2 points. Vector joining 2 points. It's a very interesting step. X, Y, it is Z. Suppose there is a point P and second point is Q. This is origin. This is the vector PQ. Okay, so vector PQ. Let the coordinate of point P, suppose it is A1, A2 and A3. Q, B1, B2 and B3. Okay. We are going to find the vector joining. That means actually we are finding the vector PQ. What we are finding? Vector PQ. So we have to join it from the origin first. Like this. Okay. By triangle law of vector addition, which says OP plus PQ is equal to OQ. So may I write here PQ is equal to OQ minus OP. So PQ is equal to OQ minus OP. Okay. Because this is the initial point, it is the terminal point. So terminal point minus initial point. PQ, OQ minus OP. Okay. Like this. OP plus PQ is equal to OQ. So that means PQ is equal to OQ minus OP. Got it? So by triangle of vector addition, PQ is equal to vector OQ minus OP. Right. OQ. OQ, what does it mean? Position vector of Q. Position vector of Q, these are the 3 points B1, B2, B3. When we vectorize this point, these 3 points, then what will happen? Along x-axis, along y-axis and along z-axis. So OQ can be written B1i plus B2j plus B3k. When we vectorize the term, then what should be done? Unit vector along the x-axis, unit vector along the y-axis and unit vector along the z-axis. So OQ can be written, PQ is equal to, OQ can be written B1i plus B2j plus B3k minus OP. Same thing, A1i plus A2j plus A3k. A1i plus A2j plus A3k. Okay, and therefore PQ is equal to, we'll take like term I, so it is B1 minus A1, I, B2 minus A2j, and B3 minus A3, it is K. This is called joining of two vectors. Okay, so these are the joining of two vectors. So always whenever any term is given, suppose when we are going to find the vector AB, so what we have to do? Position vector of B, this I have written here, PQ is equal to OQ minus OP. O is the origin. So here the different term of that is PQ is equal to, may I write here, position vector of Q minus position vector of P. This also can be written. PQ is equal to position vector of Q minus position vector of P. So position vector in short form PV of Q minus position vector of P. Okay. Same as AB. Position vector of B minus position vector of A. Okay. So this is called the joining of two vectors. Is it clear? After that, next one is section formula. And after section formula, we will just switch to the exercise. Okay. So we'll remember the section formula also. What is it? By the way, this section formula, it's not new for you. You are aware in the coordinate geometry, you understood the section formula, but in the vector way, let us see. There are three conditions. One is internally, second is externally, and third one is at a midpoint. Next one is section formula. Section formula. This is we are talking about internally. Okay, section formula we are talking about internally. Okay, let us see. O, OP, OQ, PQ. Vector OP is equal to, suppose it is vector A, OQ is equal to, it is vector B, and we are taking actually section formula. What does it mean? There's a line segment, a point which is dividing to joining these 2 points in the ratio. Let the ratios, we have ratio n. So we are taking the point is here, it is R, and this is vector R. P to R, it is M, and this is n. These are the scalar difference. That means the distance from P to R is M, and Q to R, R to Q is equal to N. Here what should be done? Internally when we are talking about, then may I write here in triangle OPR. In triangle OPR. See, triangle of vector addition is maximum, its use is maximum in this chapter. In triangle OPR. Okay. In triangle OPR, may I write here PR, vector PR. PR is equal to vector R minus vector A. Triangle of vector addition, PR is equal to OR minus OP. PR, that means the position vector of R minus position vector of P. So vector R minus vector A. And in triangle ORQ, in triangle ORQ, RQ is equal to vector RQ. RQ is equal to position vector of Q minus position vector of R. So vector B minus vector R. Okay. PR R minus A, and this is RQ is equal to B minus R. So may I write the term vector R minus A upon M is equal to B minus R upon N, because the ratios will same. This upon M is equal to this upon N. Cross multiply, it's a scalar quantity, so N vector R minus N vector A is equal to M vector B minus M vector R. We are shifting R on one side, so it is coming N vector R plus M vector R is equal to M vector B, and this is plus N vector A. R common, vector R common, this is M plus N is equal to M vector B plus N vector A, and that means vector R is equal to M vector B plus N vector A upon M plus N. Okay, this is called the section formula for internally. This is for internally. Okay. Now let us discuss about externally. In externally, the diagram will be different, like this. This is OP, one vector. Okay. Second vector is OQ. and this is OR. Because here you know externally what does it mean? This point R which is intersecting away from this PQ, away from it. It is not inside, it is away from it. Okay, so it is OR. OP, as usual, it is A. Here is a vector V, and this we are taking as a vector R. Here the ratios are P to R. This ratio we are taking as M, and R to Q is N. Okay, right? OP, OQ, OR. It is externally, therefore R is away from that PQ. Same thing will be used first in triangle OPR. In triangle OPR. In triangle OPR. Triangle of vector addition. So PR is equal to vector PR is equal to position vector of R minus position vector of P. So vector R minus A. Okay. In triangle OQR. In triangle OQR. OQR. QR is equal to vector R minus vector B. Okay. So may I write here vector R minus A, vector R minus A, it is PR, that means upon M, and vector R minus B upon it is N. Okay. Cross multiply vector R N minus vector A N is equal to vector R M minus M vector B. Okay. We'll shift this R that side and M is here. So M vector B minus A vector N is equal to vector R M minus vector R N. It is M vector B minus vector A into N is equal to R vector common M minus N. Therefore, vector R is equal to MB minus AN upon M minus N. What is it? It is externally. MB minus AN upon M minus N. One more concept in it, that is midpoint. If R is at middle, then what happens? If R is at middle, then let us see this. Vector R is equal to M vector B plus N vector A upon M plus N. Is it okay? If R at the middle, what does it mean? Same ratio is here. That means the value of M and N are equal. And equal, what does it mean? It is 1:1. So what I am doing here, in place of M and N, I am going to put 1 and 1. So what does it mean? Vector R is equal to 1 vector B, 1 vector A upon 1 plus 1, it is 2. This is the condition when the point R is at the middle. Okay, and this is called the midpoint formula also. So these are the three terms. One is internally, second is externally, and third one is at midpoint. Got it? So boys, these are the basics of exercise 10.2. Here we have discussed about, just let me remind you how many things we have discussed. We have discussed number one, a triangle law of vector addition, which is most important. Second, the triangle law of vector addition, and commutative law we have used by using the parallelogram a plus b is equal to b plus a. Third one, the properties of it. Third one, that is associative property, a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. Fourth one is additive identity. After that, joining two vectors, scalar vector components, multiplication of scalar quantity, and components already we have discussed about that. And next one is joining of two vectors. That means we are finding, suppose vector AB, then position vector of B minus position vector of A. And one is the unit vectors, which are along the x-axis, along y-axis, along z-axis, are respectively I cap, j cap, and k cap. And one more thing which we have discussed about the unit vector. So unit vector is equal to the vector upon magnitude of this vector is called the unit vector. Okay, so these are the things which we have discussed. Now we can start exercise. So I am selecting some questions from this exercise 10.2. When you have understood the basics, I don't think so you have a problem in solving questions from exercise. So now coming to exercise 10.2. Exercise 10.2. Question number 1. Compute the magnitude of the following vectors. Simply we are going to find the magnitude. So there are three parts A, B, C. Okay, I am taking the third one. Vector C is equal to 1 upon root 3i plus 1 upon root 3j plus minus 1 upon root 3k. One vector is given. Vector C is equal to 1 upon root 3i plus 1 upon root 3j minus 1 upon root 3k. This is the question. We are going to find the magnitude of the following vectors. So for finding the magnitude, what should be done? These are the direction ratios which are coming with ijk. Okay, and for finding the magnitude, simple way, square of first term 1 upon root 3, square of second term with j 1 upon root 3, and square of third term minus 1 upon root 3 is called the magnitude. So it is 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 3 and again plus 1 upon 3. So it is coming 3 upon 3, that is 1. So the magnitude of this is 1. Okay. Same as we can solve the other questions which are given in it. I hope you will solve it. Actually, these are the direction ratios. These are called the direction ratios. And squaring sum of squares of direction ratios in a root is called the magnitude of it. Okay. After that, write two different vectors having the same magnitude. Two different vectors having same magnitude. How to write? Magnitude should be same. So very simple. Suppose I'll write here vector A is equal to I plus 2j plus 3k. Vector B is equal to, when I write here, I minus 2j minus 3k. These are two different vectors having the same magnitude. Under root 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square, under root 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square. Okay. So that is one. One question number third, they are asking that write two different vectors having same directions. Two different vectors having same directions. This is question number 3. Vectors are different, their directions are same. How to identify? Suppose vector A is equal to, I want to take 2i plus 4j plus 5k. Vector B is equal to, I want to take 4i plus 8j plus 10k. What I have done, just double of that. Now what happens? See, vector B is equal to, can I take 2 common from here? So when I take 2 common, it is 2i plus 4j plus 5k. So vector B is equal to 2, and what is the value of this? This is the value of vector A. Okay. So vector B is equal to 2 vector A. What does it mean? They are the different, but their directions are same. Okay. Both the vectors having their same directions. So this is the example which we can take it. You can use any other example. Numerical values can be taken anything else. No problem. Next question is, find the values of x and y so that the vectors 2i plus 3j and xi plus yj are equal. It's a very simple question. One vector is given 2i plus 3j, and second vector is given xi plus yj. And condition is clearly mentioned that they are equal. They are equal, that means simply we can compare their coefficients of I and j. So 2 is equal to x and 3 is equal to y. Only then, only when the vectors are equal. Okay. Find the scalar and vector components of the vector with the initial points 2, 1 and the terminal point is -5, 7. Okay, the question number 5 is here, which says find the scalar and vector component of the vector with the initial point 2, 1 and terminal point is -5, 7. 2, 1, -5, 7. It is A, there is a B, vector AB. So vector AB is equal to, what should I write here? Position vector of B minus position vector of A. Position vector of B, what should I write here? Because there are two terms. How to vectorize this term? -5i plus 7j. Position vector of A, 2i plus j. -5i plus 7j minus 2i minus j. -5i minus 2i, it is -7i, plus 7j minus j, it is plus 6j. What is it? It is vector AB. It is the vector form. What is it? We are finding both the forms, whether a scalar and vector component. So the vector component is this. This is a vector component. Scalar component. Scalar component -7 and 6. -7 and 6. These are the scalar components, and vector component is -7i plus 6j. Okay. Now let us see question number 6. Find the sum of the vectors. You know that sum means a plus b plus c. Simply you are adding I with j and k. So this I am leaving for you. Find the unit vector in the direction of the vector. This I plus j plus 2k. Find the unit vector. 7th question. Find unit vector A. And A is equal to, it is given. A is equal to, it is given that I plus j plus 2k. Sorry, I am not putting here point. Okay, this you can. And you can treat it is a I with dot point here. Vector A, I plus j plus 2k. We are going to find the unit vector. I told you this is the procedure. Unit vector A is equal to vector A upon magnitude of vector A. Okay. And how to find the magnitude? I told you already. So vector A is equal to unit vector A. Unit vector A is equal to vector A, I plus j plus 2k upon magnitude of this. Magnitude, what does it mean? The scalar component, like here 1, so 1 square plus 1 square plus 2 square. So I plus j plus 2k upon under root 1 plus 1, 2 plus 4, it is 6. Okay, so therefore the unit vector A is equal to 1 upon root 6 I plus 1 upon root 6 j and plus 2 upon root 6 k. This is unit vector A. Got it? Next question, they are asking find the unit vector in the direction of the vector PQ, where P and Q are 2 points respectively. This also can be solved by you. Position vector of Q minus position vector of B, and then you will find the unit vector like that. Okay. I am taking question number 9. For given vector A is equal to 2i minus j plus 2k. 9th question. Vector A is equal to 2i minus j plus 2k. 2i minus j plus 2k, and vector B is equal to minus I plus j minus k. Minus I plus j minus k. Okay. Minus I plus j minus k. Find the unit vector in the direction of the vector a plus vector b. We are going to find the unit vector in the direction vector a plus vector b. Okay. So let us see, first we'll have to find vector a plus vector b. It's very simple. I, j and k like terms. 2 it is minus 1. So direct by right here, 2 minus 1 it is 1i. Minus j plus j it is 0. And 2 minus 1 it is 1k. Okay. This is a plus b. And we are going to find the unit vector. Unit vector of vector a plus vector b. So unit vector of vector a plus vector b is equal to vector a plus vector b upon magnitude vector a plus vector b. Okay. A plus b, I plus k upon magnitude of this. What is the magnitude of it? Square of 1 plus square of 1. So I plus k is equal to 1 square, 1 plus 1 it is 2. Okay. So 1 upon root 2 I plus 1 upon root 2 j. This is the unit vector along the direction of vector a plus vector b. So I hope you are enjoying with this chapter, vector, everyone. Next question number 10. Find the vector in the direction of the vector 5i minus j plus 2k, which has magnitude 8 unit. So we'll find first unit vector and then multiply it by 8. Magnitude having 8 unit, what does it mean? We will find the vector. Okay, I am solving this question number 10. It's a different type question. Find the vector in the direction of 5i minus j plus 2k. Vector A, 5i minus j plus 2k. This is the vector. Okay. 10th question. 5i minus j plus 2k, which has magnitude 8 unit. Which has magnitude 8 unit. Yes. Magnitude 8 unit. So 8 unit will find first unit vector. So unit vector is equal to vector A upon magnitude of A. Vector A 5i minus j plus 2k upon under root 5 square 25, 1 square 1 plus 4. So 5i minus j plus 2k upon 26 4 under root 30. Is it okay? That is the unit vector. But we want to find the unit vector having the magnitude 8. Magnitude 8. That means this 8 is multiplied with 5i minus j plus 2k upon under root 30. So 8 5 is 40 upon root 30 I minus 8 upon root 30 j and plus 16 upon root 30 k. This 8 is multiplied inside. Okay. So question number 10th. 11th question, show that the vector this and this are collinear. How to show that vectors are collinear? Let vector A is equal to 11th question, this is vector A is equal to 2i minus 3j plus 4k. 2i minus 3j plus 4k. And vector B is equal to minus 4i plus 6j minus 8k. Minus 4i plus 6j minus 8k. And we want to show that both the vectors are collinear. It's a very simple way. Already we have solved this type of question. From this, may I take minus 2 common? So if I'll take minus 2 common, it is coming 2i minus 3j plus 4k. So vector b is equal to minus 2, and what is it? This is the value is equal to vector a. Okay. So vector b is equal to minus 2 vector a. And they are asking that show that the vector this and this are collinear. So both the vectors are collinear. Okay. Hence, vector v and vector a are collinear. Got it? Because vector v upon vector a is equal to minus 2. Right? So that is question number 11. Number 12. Find the direction cosines of the vector joining the points A and B directed from A to B. Okay. Direction cosines we are finding. This is also a different type of question. 12th question is find the direction cosines of I plus 2j plus 3k. Here also we are finding direction cosine 13 also. So we are selecting 13 one. Find the direction cosines of the vector joining the point A and B. So 13th question, direction cosines A. A point given 1, 2, minus 3, and B point is given, that is 1, minus 1, minus 2 and 1, directed from A to B. Minus 1, minus 2 and 1. Minus 1, minus 2 and 1. Directed from A to B. So A to B, that means the position vector of B minus position vector of A. Position vector of B. How to convert into the vectorized term? Minus I minus 2j plus k. Got it? First x, y, z multiplied with I cap, j cap, k cap. Minus position vector of A. I plus 2j minus 3k. So it is coming minus I minus 2j plus k minus I minus 2j plus 3k. Okay. Minus I and minus I, it is minus 2i. Minus 2j is minus 4j plus k, and it's 4k. What is this? This is vector AB. I told you one thing, that minus 2, minus 4 and 4, these are the scalar components and these are called the direction ratios. Minus 2, minus 4 and 4 are the direction ratios. When we are going to find the direction cosines. So direction cosines, what does it mean? Cos. Cos means base upon hypotenuse. So we'll have to divide it by the hypotenuse. So for finding the direction cosines, DCS we write here. DCS, that means direction cosines in the short form. So DCS of AB is equal to minus 2 upon under root 2 square plus 4 square plus 4 square. 2 square plus 4 square plus magnitude of. Okay. Minus 4 upon, second, minus 4 upon 2 square plus 4 square plus 4 square. And 4 upon 2 square plus 4 square plus 4 square. So direction cosines are minus 2 upon 4 4 just 16 plus 16 32, 32 plus 4 36. 36 square root of 36, that means it is 6. 6 minus 4 upon 6, and it is 4 upon 6. Minus 1 upon 3, minus 2 upon 3 and 2 upon 3. These are the direction cosines in the direction of A to B. Okay. So that is the procedure by which we'll find the direction cosine. Whatever the direction ratios are there, we have to divide by the magnitude of this vector. 14th question, so that the vector I plus j plus k are equally inclined to the OX, OY and OZ axis. So simple question, I plus j plus k is there. We have to find their direction cosines. It is coming 1 upon root 3, 1 upon root 3 and 1 upon root 3. They are equally inclined to x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Got it? Now coming to question number 15, find the position vector. Find the position vector of the point R which divides the line joining the point P and Q, whose position vectors are I plus 2j minus k and minus I plus j plus k respectively in the ratio 2:1. Here direct we have to use the section formula. Question number 15th. Direct can be used as a section formula. I am making a diagram, then we'll solve it. The position vector of the point R which divides the line joining the point P and Q. Same as like that. P, Q, it is R. Okay. This is question number, we are solving question number 15. R divides line joint P and Q, whose position vectors are I plus 2j minus k. That means OP I plus 2j minus k. I plus 2j minus k and OQ minus I plus j plus k. Okay. I plus j plus k. These are the position vectors OP and OQ. Right? Dividing in the ratio 2:1 internally. 2:1. So this is 2, it is 1. Okay, 2:1. So how to find out OR? OR is equal to 2 multiplied by OQ plus 1 multiplied by OP. So the direct formula you can use it, and 2 plus 1 it is 3. So OR is equal to 2 multiplied by OQ minus I plus j plus k plus 1 multiplied by OP I plus 2j minus k upon 3. So that means OR is equal to minus 2i plus 1i. It is minus I plus 2j plus 2j. It is 4j and plus 2k minus k. It is plus k upon 3. Okay. So OR is equal to minus 1 upon 3i plus 4 upon 3j plus, that means the position vector of R is equal to minus 1 upon 3i plus 4 upon 3j plus 1 upon 3k. And for the internally, simply I'll put the minus sign here. Are you getting this? This is a minus sign. Here's a 2 minus 1. This minus sign, and it is also minus sign. That is for externally. Okay. So that is question number 15. The length of the video is increasing, but I want to finish this exercise in this video only, so that you will remember part 2, that means it is the second exercise based questions, part 1, that is the first exercise based question, like that. Okay, so this is part 2. We want to finish this exercise in that lesson only. Okay, next question is find the position vector of the midpoint vector. The midpoint, same midpoint formula can be used. Next question number 17. Show that the points A, B and C with position vectors are this respectively form the vertices of a right angled triangle. It's an important question as far as the board exams are concerned. Show that the points A, B, C with the position vectors are vector A 3i, 3i minus 4j minus 4k, 3i minus 4j minus 4k, vector B 2i minus j plus k, and vector C I minus 3j minus 5k. Okay, these are the three vectors given. Now listen this question carefully. Show that the points A, B, C with position vectors are this and this respectively form the vertices of a right angled triangle. This we are going to show that it is a form the vertices of right angled triangle, and it is actually, we don't know which type of the triangle, but this is A, B, C. Right angle may be anywhere at A or at C, but this is the rough diagram. These are the vertices A, B, C. Okay, so vertices ABC, first of all we have to find the sides AB, BC and AC. Okay, because it is clearly mentioned so that the points ABC with the position vectors of this. So that means the position vector of A is this, position vector of B is this, and position vector of C is this. If you want to understand this question, you can take, let O be the origin here. Okay, join from O to A, O to B and then O to C. So when we find the AB, what does it mean? Vector AB, position vector of B minus position vector of A. So position vector of B, 2i minus j plus k. 2i minus j plus k minus position vector of A, 3i minus 4j minus 4k. Okay, so it is coming 2i minus 3i, it is minus I, minus j plus 4k, it is plus 3j, minus j plus 4j, 3j, plus k and plus 4k, it is 5k. That is the value of vector AB. Second, BC, position vector of C minus position vector of B. Position vector of C, I minus 3j minus 5k minus position vector of B, 2i minus j plus k. I minus 2i, it is minus I, minus 3j, it is plus j, minus 2j, minus 5k, and it is k minus 6k. AB, BC, and now it is CA. So position vector of A minus position vector of C. Position vector of A, 3i minus 4j minus 4k minus position vector of C, I minus 3j minus 5k. So final the result is coming result is 3i minus I, it is 2i minus 4j plus 3j minus j and minus 4k plus 5k, it is plus k. Okay, this is CA. We are going to show that it is a right angle triangle. For proving the right angle triangle, you know that as per the Pythagoras theorem, the square of one side is equal to the sum of squares of other two sides in a triangle, then it will become a right angle triangle. So we are going to find the magnitude and finding the sides AB. So what is the magnitude of AB? That means the length of the side AB is, it is under root 1 square plus 3 square plus 5 square. 1 square plus 3 square, it is 9, and plus 5 square, it is 25. So what is this? 25 plus 10, it is 35. BC, length of the side BC. BC, under root 1 square plus 2 square plus 6 square. 1 square plus 2 square plus 6 square. What is this? 1 plus 4, 5, and 36 plus 5, it is 41. And third one is ABBC CA. What is CA? 2 square plus 1 square plus 1 square. So it is 6. And guys, you can understand this sum of any two sides, sum of squares of any two sides, squaring of AB plus squaring of CA, 35 plus 6, it is 41, is equal to 41. Okay, so that means, what does it mean? AB square plus CA square is equal to BC square. AB square 35 plus 6 is equal to 41. And AB square plus CA square is equal to BC square. That means your right angle will be in the form of BC, A, B, and it is C. A will be a right angle triangle. This is the clear picture. See, AB is under root 35, BC under root 41, and AC is under root 6. Okay, because BC is hypotenuse, so its opposite side, opposite angle is a right angle triangle. So yes, it is a right angle triangle and right angle at A. Okay, got it? So this is an important question also. I hope you have understood it. Because the position vectors are given ABC, therefore we'll take OA, OB, OC, like AB position vector of B minus position vector of A. Next question is, show that point ABC with the, this we have already done. Question number 18. In a triangle ABC, which of the following are not true? Which of the following are not true? So we will check, all these four parts are given. Let us see which one is not true. This is question number 18. In a triangle, it's very interesting question. One triangle is given AB, BC and AC. It is AB, BC and AC. AB, BC and AC, this triangle is given. Okay. Four parts are there. One is AB plus BC plus CA is equal to 0. AB plus BC plus CA is equal to 0. That is one, 0 vector. Second one is AB plus BC minus AC. Zero vector. Third one is AB plus BC minus AC. AB plus BC minus AC, AB plus BC minus AC. Same thing is given. B and C part are exact same. It is exact same. AB plus BC minus, it may be, I think, CA. It is not. AB plus BC minus CA. Third part is written in the book. I am writing as it is, then we'll change it. AB plus BC minus AC is 0. Second and third are given exact same. AB plus BC minus AC, AB plus is equal to 0. Fourth, AB minus CB plus CA. AB minus CB plus CA is equal to 0. AB minus CB plus CA is equal to 0. Okay. So these two are given same. One of them will be changed. Then it's not possible that second and third are exact same. It may be, okay, let us check first. AB plus BC plus CA. By triangle law of vector addition says, by triangle law of vector addition. By triangle law of vector addition, vector AC is equal to AB plus BC. Okay, so when I use the term here, AB plus BC minus AC is equal to 0 vector, or AB plus BC plus CA is equal to 0. Is it okay? So these two terms are clear by triangle law of vector addition. AB plus BC plus CA is equal to 0. One is true. AB plus BC minus AC. AB plus BC minus AC is equal to 0. Second is also true. AB plus BC minus, I think it is, you leave it this now. Let us see. AB minus CB. So this minus CB, when we change it BC, so it is AB plus BC plus CA is equal to 0. That is also true. This term is, I think the second part is AB plus BC minus it is CA. AB plus BC minus CA, I think it is given that, is equal to 0 vector. So because AB plus BC minus CA is equal to 0, we have already proved. Okay, AB plus BC minus AC is equal to 0 proved. AB plus BC plus CA is equal to, we have proved, equal to 0. And these two terms are same. What does it mean? If we want to prove that this is also equal, so what does it mean? Minus CA is equal to minus AB. Okay, so this is, if this term is there, so that term is not correct, because it will come AB plus BC plus AC, and AB plus BC plus AC. It is not, this is AB plus BC, it is minus AC, here is a plus AC. So I think this third part is not true. Otherwise, first, second, and fourth are true. Okay, got it? So by the way, second and third same given in the book. I have changed by my choice. This is because AC in place of AC I have put here CA. Okay, one thing, one maybe second or third maybe are different. It is not correct from the book. So anyone you can change it. Otherwise, all are okay as per the triangle law of vector addition. One last question of this exercise. It's a very lengthy exercise. We are just concluding it. Last one. In the last question also the same thing is there. If vector A and B are two collinear vectors, then which of the following are incorrect? Which of the following are incorrect? Number one, vector A and B are given two collinear vectors. So vector B is equal to lambda vector A. Second part, vector A is equal to plus minus vector B. Third part, respectively the components of vector and vector B are proportional. Vector A and vector B, their components are proportional. And fourth one is, both the vectors A and B have the same direction but different magnitude. Same direction, different magnitude. Same direction, different magnitude. Okay. All right. A and B are given two collinear. So if A and B are two collinear, what does it mean? First part is clear. The lambda is here. Second part is also clear. A and B are proportional. So let us see. Suppose we will consider, let vector A is equal to A1i plus A2j plus A3k. Vector B is equal to B1i plus B2j plus B3k. So may I put the value in that? In the first part, vector B, B1i plus b2j plus b3k is equal to lambda a1i plus a2j plus a3k. Then what happens? It is b1, when we compare b1i, it is I, so b1 is equal to lambda a1, b2 is equal to lambda a2, and b3 is equal to lambda a3. So what is the meaning of lambda? b1 upon a1 is equal to b2 upon a2 is equal to b3 upon a3 is equal to lambda. This is the meaning. b1 upon a1 is equal to lambda, b2 upon a2 is equal to lambda, b3 upon a3 is equal to lambda. Okay, so these are proposal. So I think the first is correct, second is correct, third A and B are proportional, this is also correct. Fourth one, it is given that they are having the same direction. Here it is not confirmed whether A and B are having the same direction or not. Okay, because b1 upon a1 is equal to lambda. So this is not confirmed, so that means the fourth one is not correct. Here we are not sure they are having the same direction. They may not have same direction also. It's okay, that's all. So this is exercise 10.2. I hope you enjoyed with this exercise. Okay, in my next lecture we'll have to start next exercise 10.3, and before that scalar, dot product, and many more things. Till then, bye. Thank you.